Welcome to my next Lucifer Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you are caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, this is indeed my first time watching the show Lucifer. So join me on the journey and let's discuss the show in the comment section along with the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who's the foremost Lucifer expert that I know. So with all that said, this will be Lucifer Season 6, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called Yabba Dabba Dooby. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start off with Linda Martin, and she's working on writing a book, and it's called Sympathy for the Devil, My Time with Lucifer Morningstar. Enter Lucifer on cue. Doctor, sorry to interrupt. Lucifer says she should write that in her journal, that she was wrong with her last advice. And Linda says the best way to get answers is to look to the past, and it's brought up about the singer that died in season 1. And then the first time he met Chloe, the record producer that killed Delilah, he was the worst. He's perfect. And who better to help than someone I hate? And then Ella is admiring her frog. Ella thinks the frog is tied to something big. Some mind, body, and soul altering thing. And Lucifer asks Ella to look up Jimmy Barnes. And then Lucifer tells Chloe about going to see Jimmy. Chloe mentions he already died, and Lucifer says he knows he's going to pop down to hell to go see him. And Chloe wants to know, when do we leave? And Lucifer doesn't quite like that idea of Chloe going with. So he's like, no, this is a terrible idea. Mortals can't go down there. And then Chloe reminds Lucifer that Jimmy Barnes shot her in the chest. And not that he needed a reminder that she almost died. So Lucifer goes flying off with Chloe to hell, and then as they leave off the balcony or patio of the penthouse, Dan and this mysterious woman arrive. So Dan is back, but yeah, he's not really back. Dan says, "Lucifer, look out! There's a crazy angel lady here, and she's going to try to kill you." And Dan says he's foiling her plan, but unfortunately, Dan is just a ghost. He's not really able to do anything. He can't pick up things. He can't touch things. He just kind of is there, but not really there. And then Chloe and Lucifer indeed arrive at hell, and Chloe sees the throne to hell. Amenadiel has a officer's uniform on now. His name is just Amenadiel. That's the God-given name, and he's interacting with Officer Harris as Maze watches. Ella talks to Maze, says Sonia Harris is a real hard-ass, tough as hell. Chloe asks Lucifer how he's going to help Jimmy since he's in hell. He got his partner to help him out. And then they go to Jimmy's hell and his hell loop. And as Lucifer says, he'll be in complete control, and everything turns into a cartoon. Really? A cartoon? I mean, I like the idea, but I don't think the execution worked for me. I mean, they do weird things in this show, like musical episodes and cartoons. I guess they don't have an issue with trying stuff new. Lucifer's chin is like a butt. Like, it's a really long chin that looks like somebody's ass. And Chloe asks why this hell loop is different. Chloe says, you broke Jimmy, and now you can fix him. Lucifer thinks he's been here before. Cartoon devil Lucifer arrives during Jimmy's wedding loop. Amenadiel driving around with Officer Harris. He tells her he's in it for the long haul. Lucifer wants to leave Jimmy's cartoon hell. Chloe notices that the door to leave has disappeared, and then Lucifer tells Chloe that they must be trapped in Jimmy's hell loop. Lucifer tries everything he can to get out, but nothing works. Maze was the one, it turns out, that was the one behind the vandalism, and she's actually taken in, well, she's in the squad car now. And Officer Harris hints that Menadil might not be cut out for the job. Maze is taken to a women's shelter. So she's not taken to the station or the precinct. She's taken to a shelter. As Officer Harris says, there's good people here, and they might be able to give you the help that you need. Chloe punches Devil Lucifer while he's interrupting Jimmy's wedding again. Instead of alcohol, Lucifer's his flask is now filled with apple juice. Cartoon Lucifer shows his devil face, asking Jimmy to show him his real hell. Dan can't call for help, but he doesn't need to. Dan says that he came to realize that Lucifer's a really good guy. And then the new hell loop, so they're out of the cartoon world, and the new hell loop is extremely 1980s. Jimmy is told he's fired due to the sound he has being too or so mainstream. And Jimmy mentions to a woman he deserves better than all of this, and Jimmy truly desires that he didn't want her to go. And Lucifer tells him to go after her. And then the door's back. He helps help Jimmy, Chloe says. Now we have a young Jimmy watching cartoons. His mom left and never came back, so he must have felt so alone. Child Protection Services arrive and take Jimmy. He yells, "She's coming back!" And Lucifer now sees the plan or the pain behind the terrible decisions that he made in his life. The cartoons for Jimmy are a lifeline for when he's scared. Lucifer has made it so his mom has come back. And Chloe says that she needs to see Dan before they go. If I can care about anyone, I can help anyone. Wait, where's Daniel? Amenadiel and Maze bicker with each other. They start kind of yelling, and then Maze tells Amenadiel that she's his friend. Why is my mustache itching? Lucifer takes the elevator up to the penthouse, and then Dan is there. "Daniel, I've been looking everywhere for you. What on earth are you doing on Earth?" And then this mysterious woman attacks Lucifer. "Finally, after all these years I've spent hating you, after what you did to me, finally I can have my revenge." Lucifer says, "I have no idea who you are. You're not a relative. I'm your daughter." And then Lucifer kind of looks puzzled to end this episode of Lucifer. So, I mean, these episodes were filmed during the COVID restrictions of 2021, maybe late 2020. I think late 2020 was when it was filmed. I didn't like the episode because it really didn't pique my interest that much. Like, I'm used to somebody dying, and then like it was a different alteration to the episode. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just there's a lot of stuff missing. We didn't see Eve. We didn't see Carol. We barely got any of Ella Lopez. So I'm going to score the episode a 6.8 out of 10, which is still almost a 7. So it's not like I gave it a 2 or a 3. And my characters of the episode will be Lucifer and Chloe Decker. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. Otherwise, I'll get Michael to come after you, and Michael is her relentless psychopath. Well, not necessarily a psychopath, but you don't want him after you. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are regarding this episode of Lucifer. What would you rate the episode? And who, if you had to choose, would be your male and female character of the episode? And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.